one-on-one, take one, Mark.
I think just because of how I walk through the world as a queer black woman, in this skin, there's sort of an intrinsic knowledge of what that feels like to be the other, to be not necessarily the norm. And I think most of my life is having to prove myself when I walk in, and though that can be deeply frustrating and hard, I've sort of decided that it's sort of my strong suit. I don't mind being underestimated because there's something really wonderful about having to watch people eat their words when you prove them wrong. And I kind of relish it. And I think there's a bit of a joy in being able to overcome people's preconceived notions of what you can and cannot do. Well, so Elphaba wears braids in this because John and I had a really long conversation about making sure that we didn't erase what I was, what Cynthia, me, was underneath the green. I didn't want to do the traditional version. I wanted it to be a little bit of it's sort of a wink and a nod and a love story to black women, because that's what I am. And it's such a recognizable thing for us that it was, I don't even think it was a thought for me. I knew immediately that that's kind of what I wanted to do when it came to the styling of her. I think being able to put the hat on, the cape on, and all of that makes what we know as the Wicked Witch of the West. I was really proud of it, actually. I was really proud of that moment because it's an iconic character in fairy tales, in the lore of Oz, and for that to be part of now my history, my legacy, felt really special. From Elphaba to all of the women that I've played, who I love, by the way, none of these women are by accident. I'm very picky. I'm very specific about the roles I choose to play. I'm very particular. And I think the thing that joins, that's sort of like the invisible thread that links each of these women together, is probably their determination, but the fact that none of them fit, really. They don't fit in. None of them fit in. They're all renegades, I think. They all are in their own way outside of the norm. And I think for me, that's the inspiration. For me, I think I walk through life knowing that I'm the odd one out. I think I always have been. And instead of running away from it, I think I run headlong into it. I think that for a long time, I sort of put my queerness to the back of my brain and didn't really talk about it, didn't really share it. But when I started to acknowledge all of me, all of my queerness, it felt like the light switch was like at 100% brightness. And you just see the world a little bit differently. And you're not spending as much energy on hiding a part of yourself anymore. And so that energy that you get to conserve now gets to be put into the most wonderful things. And I think it's only going to further enrich the characters I play. The wonderful thing about Elphaba is that I think so many queer people relate to her because of her, how different she is and how far away from the norm she is. Not just to look at her, but what she's capable of. To be recognized as a pathbreaker means a great deal. It means that you veer away from the ordinary path that is usually set by others and you can create something of your own. That's really cool. That a path, hopefully, is stretching out behind me for other people to walk, and I'm giving them a different way to walk it. And I love that. I want to be able to create clear paths for people on their journey. I'm Cynthia Erivo, and I'm thrilled to accept the honor of Pathbreaker of the Year.